In a landmark ruling, a recent tribunal has declared that the Premier League's sponsorship rules, specifically those governing associated party transactions from the years 2021 to 2024, are void and unenforceable. This significant decision stems from a legal challenge initiated by Manchester City, which contested certain aspects of the Premier League's regulations designed to prevent clubs from entering into commercial agreements with entities linked to their owners at prices deemed above the fair market value. These rules were established with the intention of ensuring transparency and fairness within the league's financial dealings. The tribunal's ruling follows an independent arbitration panel's findings from the previous year, which sided against parts of the Premier League's APT regulations. In November 2024, despite facing opposition from clubs such as Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, and Manchester City, the Premier League proceeded to vote on amendments to these rules. However, the tribunal's recent decision does not directly address these November amendments. Instead, it highlights ongoing legal challenges surrounding them. According to the tribunal's conclusion, the APT rules and their amended versions were found to be unlawful in three specific respects. The critical question that arose was whether these three unlawful aspects could be separated from the remaining APT rules, allowing the rest to remain valid and enforceable. Ultimately, the tribunal determined that these three respects could not be severed, leading to the conclusion that the APT rules, in their entirety, are void and unenforceable. This ruling represents a considerable setback for the Premier League, effectively rendering their APT rules ineffective up until November 2024. As a consequence, clubs that have had cases adjudicated under these now invalid rules may find themselves in a position to file claims for damages against the league. Sources suggest that this could potentially expose the Premier League, and by extension its clubs, to liabilities amounting to tens of millions of pounds. The implications of this ruling extend beyond financial ramifications. It also places increased scrutiny on the Premier League's chief executive, Richard Masters. Masters had confirmed the implementation of changes to the APT rules in November, despite receiving warnings from clubs like Manchester City and Aston Villa about the potential repercussions. This decision, now under legal examination, raises questions about the governance and regulatory practices within the league. As the situation continues to unfold, the focus will shift to how the Premier League responds to this tribunal ruling and what steps it may take to address the legal challenges posed by the invalidation of its APT rules. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching effects on the financial landscape of the league, influencing how clubs negotiate sponsorship deals and manage their commercial relationships moving forward. In conclusion, the tribunal's ruling serves as a pivotal moment for the Premier League, challenging its authority and regulatory framework. As clubs assess their positions in light of this decision, the league will likely face increased pressure to reform its rules and ensure compliance with legal standards. The future of sponsorship regulations in the Premier League hangs in the balance, and stakeholders will be watching closely to see how this situation develops in the coming months.